While connecting to your energy, Pisces, I really felt like there was this pervasive sense of doubt. This might take the form of questioning whether the job you're in is right for you, whether you're following your purpose, whether you're in the right relationship. And this was a little bit supported by one of the animal cards that I pulled for you. We will get into the tarot reading in just a moment, but I did kind of want to set up the energy here. We do have the unicorn card coming out first. And the unicorn is all about trusting your intuition, kind of piercing through this veil with this horn. And it's actually associated with the third eye or Anya chakra. And so it really does feel like for some of you, your intuition is a lot more powerful than you realize. Some of you are really kind of doubting certain signs or synchronicities or callings because maybe something isn't happening as quickly as you thought it would. I'm also going to say that I feel like with the earthworm here, some of you are really being asked to step out of a comfort zone. That might be part of why you're doubting your intuition, or maybe why you're doubting what your intuition has been telling you. And whenever I see the earthworm, I actually do feel like there is something quite promising here. You are standing on fertile ground, so to speak. But it does require some work. And often this work is going to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, like you need to step out of your comfort zone. It's kind of right at the edge for you. And this might be quite literal for those of you who are readers, are mystics. You might underestimate your abilities. You might not feel like your intuition or your magic or whatever it is that you work with is strong enough. But I feel like there is this very strong sense of assurance. And this could also just be about anything. It doesn't have to be about spiritual work. But I really do feel like that is a message for at least some of you here. I am going to shuffle the cards for you. I'm very curious to see what tarot cards we get. And as I'm shuffling, I just want to give a quick announcement. I am running a sale on my website for the holiday season. So if you want to get a reading or energy healing session with me, now is the time to do it. You can get 20% off all of my services using the code GOODTIDINGS. You can find links for my website as well as all of my other social media accounts in the description of this video. For those of you who feel so called, you can also make a one-time or monthly donation on my Ko-fi. Again, that is in the description. And I really appreciate all the support that you continue to give this channel. Your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes really helps me. So if nothing else, that support really does mean the world to me. Anyways, Pisces, I'm so curious. What are the messages that we have for you right now? And this can be for anyone with a Pisces sun, moon, rising, or any Pisces placement, or really just anyone who feels called to this video. What are the messages we have at this time? Whoa. Okay, so I think I see why you might be doubting something with the Nine of Wands in the past, and it feels like maybe your faith has been tested a little bit. Whenever I see the Nine of Wands, it makes me feel like there is some sort of perseverance that has been going on, or that's what's being advised. But since this is in the past, it feels like you've kind of been honestly struggling a little bit, or you've just been sort of enduring. You've kind of been going through the motions. And you've been doing this with the promise of something being near completion or being near the end of something. And I really do get the sense that you are almost there. Whatever it is that you're working towards, or whatever problem or issue that you're working through, I do feel like there is a resolution in sight. So this might have to do with a job, it might have to do with a relationship, but I feel like you're actually closer to a solution or unification or whatever it is that is desired, whatever outcome you are hoping for. It feels like it's a lot closer than you realize. We do also have Justice, the Hermit, and the Knight of Cups coming out together, which is quite interesting. This is really feeling like there is some kind of needing to really trust your inner light, your intuition, especially with this Knight of Cups. I feel like you are being moved in some way, but you do need to balance practicality and spirituality with intellect, with planning. And so it does feel like, yes, trust your intuition, trust your calling. However it is you feel about a situation or a relationship is probably right. But it's important that you're making these sort of tangible steps forward and you're being practical, you're being grounded in this. You're saying what you need to say, doing what you need to do, especially with this Earthworm card right here. What else do we have for Pisces? Interesting. Ooh, okay, I love this. We have the Queen of Wands coming in the present. This is very much a card to me of having achieved something, having earned something. The Queen of Wands has a very strong power. She has gone through the trial of the wands and she has come out stronger for it. And she's even someone who potentially is supporting other people as they are going through their challenges as well, as they are stepping into their power, and almost leads by example. So I think that this might be a role that you are filling in your life right now. You are meant to lead others by example. Okay, we do also have the star that is coming as a change or catalyst. And to me, this actually does feel like there is some sort of wish that is coming true. There is some kind of renewal or kind of finding your faith again, because I do feel like for some of you, there's been this challenge of faith. Why are things so hard? When is this going to happen for me? It almost feels like some of you might feel as if though you are kind of on a hamster wheel. You've just been going and going, and it feels like something here is about to change. I'm going to clarify what exactly this is. Wow, we have the Two of Cups. So this very well could be about a relationship for some of you, or perhaps you are receiving support from another person. Whenever we see the Two of Cups, it really is an indication of partnership as well as a willingness to connect with somebody. This isn't always romantic, although that does tend to be the implication with this card. Some of you are honestly connecting with a soulmate, or someone who is very near and dear to your heart, whatever you make that mean. I don't necessarily think of soulmates as like this is your one person. I think many people can be our soulmate personally. But I feel like there is someone who is stepping into your life who is really almost inspiring or helping you through a difficult period. Maybe this Queen of Wands is actually representing somebody else's energy. It could be an Aries, could also be Sagittarius or Leo. We do also have very strong Libra and Virgo energy. So maybe these are signs of someone in your life. Maybe this is also somebody who has kind of Virgo or Libra placements, like a cusp kind of energy. That could be a very strong indication that this is a person who is meant to help you or meant to connect with you during this time. What else do we have for Pisces? Where is all of this going? Tell me a little more. We do have the Nine of Pentacles. So you are finding stability in yourself. And I feel like some of you, if I'm going to be honest, it feels like you're having a hard time asking for help. And I think it's your ego getting in the way. I think a lot of us believe in this story of the self-made person, the self-made man, self-made woman. And I think that this is kind of an illusion. It's almost like a fairy tale, because the reality is behind every success story, there are people who never get credit. There are the people who supported this person along the way. There are people who very often helped this person directly or supported them in other ways so that they could reach their success, they could reach their purpose. And I feel like for some of you, yes, you are finding stability, you are finding security. And I feel like it's important that you let other people be part of that as well. You let other people be part of this legacy. I am curious about this Two of Cups, though. Why is the Two of Cups here? What is this relationship about? We have Temperance. Wow, this is really beautiful. I'm going to say I feel like for those of you who are single, I get the sense that the next relationship you are in has a very strong likelihood of being a long-term relationship. Maybe even something like a marriage or a domestic partnership, if that's something that you're looking for. Because I really do think of Temperance as kind of the card of divine timing. And when I see it in relationships, it is often a card of harmony, bringing different elements together, finding balance, finding union in something. And I feel like for some of you, maybe this is about you bringing different parts of yourself together, maybe merging your head and your heart. But I really feel like there is something written in the stars for you, Pisces, and honestly, this is giving me a very strong relationship vibe. Maybe some of you are finding stability through this person as well, although I kind of feel like this is a little bit of a separate message. I do want to clarify, why is the Nine of Pentacles here? Nine of Pentacles. We do have the Three of Pentacles. There could be some sort of collaboration. So again, I want to be very open-ended with what this partnership could be. Because for some of you, this could just totally be like a business professional partnership. Maybe there is a personal or romantic component in there, but I really do feel like collaboration is key. whether you are working directly with other people, networking, or maybe even just gaining skills from other people, gathering resources, gaining knowledge about something. This is going to really help you find security and stability. And as this may apply to relationships, maybe some of you are learning how to be more secure in relationships, in yourself, know your worth. Because even though Pentacles often talks about material worth and abundance, it can also talk about emotional, spiritual, any kind of security, really. So I feel like a lot of you are coming into a more stable chapter in your life, especially if you've been struggling and working for it. And it feels like all of the work has really been worth it. Any other closing messages for Pisces? Anything else that we should be aware of at this time? Wow, that's a lot of cards. Okay, so I'm going to read all of these. Let me see. I have the Six of Swords, the Page and King of Pentacles. I feel like this is about you leveling up, you, again, trusting your skills. You are more skilled and talented than you realize. I really want you to know that, especially when it comes to your intuition or your creativity. It is going to get you places, and it's important that you really trust and listen to your process. The Six of Swords is telling me that you are moving on from a hard situation, and with the Nine of Swords, maybe you've been really anxious about something, overthinking, overworking, not sleeping enough. I feel like you are finally able to move forward towards something that is more secure and more stable. And it's important that you are leaving behind things that make you feel anxious, that make you feel less than. So maybe for some of you, this is about leaving certain situations or relationships behind that make you undervalue yourself or are not supportive for you. And I really do get the sense some of you are growing very quickly. And this feels really, really positive. It feels like something that you've been waiting for or something you've been trying to manifest. Now is also a really good time to do some sort of manifestation. I really do feel that with the star here as sort of a change or catalyst. Some of you might even be manifesting things or realizing goals or dreams that you'd set for yourself a long time ago and maybe even forgot. That is a message for some of you as well. So really tap back into your magic. Really try and open yourself to wonder and uncertainty. That is actually something I'm getting with the unicorn as well. You know, you don't need to be afraid of the unknown. You don't need to project your fears into things not going the way you expect or hope right away. It's important that you really ground yourself, especially if you have been very stuck in your head. It might be helpful for you to talk to someone, work with a therapist or a mentor or coach, whoever it is that you trust for guidance. Anyways, Pisces, actually, I am getting one more message. Some of you are actually feeling a bit skeptical of somebody in your life who is kind of the role of a teacher. And it's important that you pay attention to that. I'm almost getting like cult leader or salesperson kind of energy, someone who tries to take advantage of people. That's only going to be a message for a few of you, but it felt like I needed to mention that. Anyways, I hope that reached those who are meant to hear it. I definitely hope that this resonated and gave you some things to think about. Definitely be sure to hit that like and subscribe button as well as that bell notification if you've made it all the way to the end here. Even drop that unicorn emoji, let us know. And if you have any other interpretations of these cards or any ways that this was kind of landing for you, I'd love to hear about it in the comment section down below. And again, all of my links are in the description of this video if you're looking for a reading or energy healing session. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, Pisces.